Welcome back to our video on the channel today, boys. We're going to be looking at new attacking tactics. Obviously, if you don't have any tactics, your team don't obviously work in the right way. They don't complement each other going forward, and they don't complement each other coming back in the transitions. Obviously, we've got new things that they've added in the build-up play, the likes of slow build-up, the likes of direct runs, etc. So let's just go and break this down to what I believe is going to be the case. Obviously, moving forward with FIFA 22 in mind, using these tactics, I mean, the constant press, the press after possession loss, I don't think is going to be as effective as 21. I believe they're going to change a lot of the way the game is run. It's going to be more of a pass and move game with skill moves to make space rather than to glitch through players, which I'm very, very, very happy about. Obviously now it means you have to play football. So anybody who doesn't know football is going to really struggle. Player locks are still going to be effective, I believe. The build-up play consists of four composed for the tactics. So there's four components to that you can use to build up play. You can use balance, which is the use of slow build-up and long ball and players running. It's the most generic way to play. The pass and move, the player moves forward, you can play it, release the ball off, you can go back, whatever. So it's quite good. Players will support and make runs as they feel fit to do so. Obviously, you can trigger runs and pull them back with L1 and R1, and also you can trigger them with RB and LB if you're on the Xbox. Slow build-up will support more in attacking build-up rather than a direct approach. So instead of the players just running past the back line, they're going to spread themselves out, move left and right a bit, and give you an option to play that pass. Obviously, that's going to be emphasising on a tiki-taka, a Barcelona-style way of playing, but you have to play slow. So that's going to involve a lot of walking the ball, which could be very, very, very effective at high-end competitive gameplay. Long ball is self-explanatory. It's a Sam Allardyce long ball. You get the ball. All your players are looking just to run forward into the spaces in behind for that long ball over the top. They could be very effective this year because I know they've reworked the passing and with the ground pass and also with the long through balls. The ground through balls don't seem to be effective. So looking forward at fast build-up, you know what fast build-up's about. It's been in the game since I can remember. It's basically they all run forward like Air Force formation. You'll leave yourself very open to counter-attacks. So let's have a look at what they've got here. So on width now, they've got 0 or 1 to 100. So to break this down, to make this a lot easier for you, just think if you're thinking of FIFA 21 terms, 10 is 1. So 20 is 2, 30 is 3, 40 is 4, etc. You get the gist. This, obviously, I'm very happy about this. It gives you a bit more variation in how and when you're able to move your team around, and you can do half measures. Say you didn't want them all the way up the pitch, but you wanted them up the pitch but not all the way, and you can do those points and whatever. So it's going to be very interesting, and it gives you a bit of customization there, which until we get into it and start moving the ball around and working out what the best formation and tactics are, it could be interesting. Obviously, I believe this year we're still going to need 2 forwards, so any formation with 2 forwards is going to be effective. Alright, so let's have a look what they've done in the chance creation. Chance creation is how your team will attack the opponent in their half and how they'll create goals. So this is broken down into 4 different categories. So you've got balanced, which gives you the most generic way of playing, maintains a formation so you can't get counter-attacked. Players offer support. They rely on the custom instructions, which could be a very, 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 very interesting way. I mean, that is something that I'm going to be looking to exploit. Possession players, this could go hand in hand with the slow. And you want to see a game out players will create support to the dribbler in the attacking zones. Rather than giving forward runs, it will shorten the passing game, so they'll go complementary with the slow build-up. So this could potentially work an attack. Your player drags a player out and you can penetrate through the offensive line. So direct passing, once a team enters the attacking zone while in possession, players will create chances to run into the passes into spaces behind the back line. So if you're playing a high line and someone's playing direct passing against you, you could find yourself in trouble. So strikers with fast and a good attacking position are usually well suited for this tactic. So your Mbappes, your Neymars, your Ronaldos, people like that who have got a bit of quick, your Sons, you could fit into the direct passing route. So it could be an interesting one moving forward. Obviously, forward runs now, they push straight past, run straight past everybody to get into the box, which could be a good effective way to play if you're just going to run them through, and as they run through, you lump that long ball over. That could be a way, in a way that you could develop your gameplay. As we know that headers are very, very back into FIFA 22. So that could be very interesting way to play. So there's 16 distinct attacking tactics, each with their own benefit and playstyles. So this is what we've been asking for literally the last 5 years. We want variations. I believe each different 4 tactics they've got for chance creation and build-up, each different of the 4 here can counter each one on here. So it could be an interesting way to play. So it's going to find the best balance. I believe the best balance is to either play balanced in the build-up and direct passing in the chance creation. That's the way I think that I'm going to be looking to go. I'm not going to be looking to the slow build-up. That's going to be to see games out later on. Or balance, because balance seems to give you the best identity. I'm not going to be using drop back, and I'm not going to be using press after possession loss this year, because I don't believe that those two are going to suit each other. Obviously, it could be the case of setting up 4 different settings to get the best results. So it's going to be an interesting one how we're going to move forward with it. But a basic for me is going to be a balance with direct passing. And obviously now there's this new implement of the sprinting. So when players aren't sprinting, hold R2, and you get this explosive sprint. That could be very effective. So that is another option that you could use. Get it out to the wings and then use explosive sprint to break into those areas of the pitch. Obviously, left stick dribbling is a major factor with FIFA 22, I believe. And I believe that I'm glad that it's back, because that's a skill in itself. So it's saying here, so air and ground ball composure, at least 70 control and 60 agility. You can now bring in the composed ball control. So people who have got really high ball control are going to be very effective for pinging and spraying those balls from left to right. So that could be an interesting way to move forward there. So they've got a video here of how it works. So they swing in the ball, look, crosses. And how does he take this touch? So this is somebody with good ball control. So he watches the ball come down, takes a touch on his knee, and the second touch takes it into his path. And automatically you can start to see how slow the gameplay looks like it's going to be. Obviously this is slowed down to get the effect, but if it's got to be slowed down to get this effect, the gameplay has to be a lot slower than FIFA 21. So let's move on to passing now. So we are focused on ground passes, lob passes, and lob through passing system to better account for context of play, including opposition player positioning, teammate positioning, general spacing, and many other of situations. So it looks like they've reworked passing, as I said. As competitive settings, semi-assisted through balls were explained from last year, have more assistance for choosing simple passes, less assistance for far and difficult passes. So basically, if you want to play a small, intricate through ball, you're going to have a little bit of assistance. If you're looking to play a 100-yard through ball, trying to hit the space satellite, you're going to have no assistance with that. That is down to the user playing the game. Granted. So it means that a lot of people are going to be playing the pass and move game. Skill moves. Drag, back, spin, 4 touch turns and step overs can be cancelled. Skill moves have removed La Croqueta cancel, Elastico cancel, reverse Elastico and scoop turn cancels. That for me is very effective. I mean, that for me is a win from EA. I take my hat off to them on that one. Reducing animation speed for bridge and directional nutmegs. That says to me that directional nutmegs are not going to work this year, and the bridge move is not going to work either. So, because they've reduced the speed animations, that was why people were spamming them. So, they've gone. So, that's gone. La Croqueta cancels, but that doesn't mean that the La Croqueta is still very effective, because it is. So the normal La Croqueta is very effective if you use it one time. Elastico could be effective, reverse Elastico could be effective, but you can't cancel them. So when we look at the 4 touch turn, that could be effective with a cancel, and so could the stepper. So those are the 4 we're going to look at. We're going to look at the La Croqueta, the Elasticos, the step over cancels, the 4 touch, and we'll chuck in a scoop turn as well, because they could be effective. So first time skill moves, you won't be able to do a step over straight away, or a body feint, or a directional upway. Skill moves in first time situations are harder now to control when dribbling, especially when the ball's coming in the air. Okay, so if it's coming in the air at speed, so it's driven at you, it's going to take more control and time to bring it down. First time skill moves won't work if you use a driven pass. So if you get that ball fired into you, you can't use a first time skill move. That's going to be very important. So new set of skill moves. The 4 touch turn. This could be a very, very, very effective. Skilled bridge. That's going to be effective because a skilled bridge is totally different. First time turn spin. As the ball comes towards a player for the first time, they can spin off. So that could be an effective way to play, because any new skill moves that people bring in, especially EA, are always overpowered. So scoop turn fake, so a fake, so hold the left stick in the opposite direction after doing a scoop forward. Interesting. So these 4 new skill moves are going to be very, very effective. Okay, so now we move on to defensive behaviours. So they've improved tackling animations, resulting in a cleaner outcome, better speed and angle for successful tackle. Okay, and because they've reworked the defensive behaviour, if you're in the midfield and you get frustrated, and you just to start kicking people, sliding into them, you will get sent off. There's a lot of things here into interceptions. They've made that a bit different this year on how quick you can react due to a player's personality. So that means that you can't be running right backs and left backs at centre back, and equally you can't be running a defender at centre mid, theoretically. So the likes of Kante, your likes of Bruno, the likes of KDB, the likes of Casemiro are going to be very effective in distributing the ball out wide and also winning the ball backs. So you need to have complete midfielders to play these positions. Okay, so players switch have different priorities when switching. We've added 4 new options, including an icon switching and a player rotation. So this is what these do then, boys. So you'll be able to click R3 when defending, and you will see the UI elements of 4 players. So literally, if you go downwards, you're going to go to this player. If you go up, you're going to go to this player. If you go right, you're going to go to this player. And if you go left, you go to this player. Which is very, very effective way to play. So if you can master these expertise here, you should be alright. Obviously you just turn the icon switching on and it's there. And there we have it, boys. I hope you really did enjoy the video. It has been a long process trying to work out how the game is going to play and things that are going to work well within the game. There's still a long road ahead, but that is my first initial insight of FIFA 22. If you did enjoy the video and all of the good stuff that's coming, please hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. And if there's anything you want me to go over, please hit it up in the comment section. We are now running our own training Discord and Patreon. If you'd like to join that, it is here below in the description. Anyway, take care for now. I'm out of here. Peace. Thank you for watching.